We live in a world today where people need answers. They need God in their life, whether they understand it or not. When God impacts a life, it has this effect, this ripple effect. There's a Chinese farmer who went to a Christian mission clinic in China and had his cataracts removed. He was so amazed by that, the impact that had on his life, that a few days later, when the missionary doctor looked out the window, he saw this same farmer coming back holding a rope, and on the rope were a line of people who he was leading back, who had the same problem. When people's lives are impacted with what they truly need, then suddenly it has this power behind it. And you look at the world today, there are some definite needs out there. One of the problems is that many Christians today are so self-absorbed, so what's in it for me, that we're not really looking beyond ourselves to the world. And you get a lot of Christians to go to meetings to learn how to get a better life or how to get more healthy or wealthy. They're going to show up for those things. And we got a world around us. Billy Graham described the three basic needs of the world around us. They're spiritually empty, they're lonely, and they're afraid to die. Those would be the same things we'd be dealing with if we didn't have a relationship with Christ. Spiritually empty, lonely, and afraid to die. Richard Dreyfuss, who, I remember him all the way back in Jaws, but Mr. Holland's Opus, shows you how much I know about music. He was asked, if you could have one wish, what would you wish for? This is what he said. He said, every time I have a birthday, every time I blow out the candles, every time I see a shooting star, I wish for the same thing. I wish for inner security. Albert Einstein, he said, it's strange to be known so universally and yet be so lonely. How could you be lonely with a haircut like that? Elvis Presley said, I feel so alone sometimes. The night is quiet for me. I'd love to be able to sleep. I'm glad that everyone is gone now. I'll probably never not rest. I have no need at all for this. And then Dennis Hopper, you can see on the bottom right, was asked his greatest fear, and he gave a one-word answer. Death. His greatest fear was death, and he has died. He's died in the last year or so. You think about a world that gives a good snapshot of. And then you have a church that's so self-absorbed that we're not even getting to them anymore. We'll leave the doors unlocked. If you want to come in, come on in. Yet that's what they're going through. Our lives might just be one move of God away from experiencing the things we never thought possible. It's a shame that God would have to do that to get us going in the right direction. But that's what he had to do for this church. They had a lot of good things going. But they were getting comfortable in their own way. And they were not leaving the city. They were not moving out and reaching out like they should have.